What's going on, guys? Apathettic here with all your tips, recommendations, and everything in between to make sure you are set up for success in the Crucible. And today we are reviewing the Premonition Pulse Rifle. This pulse rifle is a 340 RPM pulse rifle that, according to Bungie, is supposed to only be received from doing the dungeon, but on Light GG it shows it can also be attained from Dreambane engrams. So maybe bug right now, because I actually got one premonition from finishing a quest at the lectern with Eris. And it seems on Reddit I'm not the only one, so not sure if that's intentional, but just so you guys know, it's currently possible for it to drop outside of the dungeon. Moving on to the weapon itself, I gotta start with how this weapon looks and sounds, guys. This has to be my favorite sounding pulse rifle. I don't know what it is, but it just sounds so crispy and strong. The scope looks awesome, and I can't say enough about the overall aesthetic of this weapon. As far as the archetype and perks on this weapon go, Premonition is a void, high impact, 340 RPM pulse rifle, meaning it has the ability to 2-burst your opponents. As for the stats on this weapon, it's rocking a range of 64, stability of 48, handling of 33, and a reload speed of 40. All pretty standard across the board. And one other thing I'll mention about this weapon is as a zoom of 18, which is pretty low, which I personally prefer because it allows me to be more aware of my surroundings and have less of a tunnel vision type thing going on when I'm aiming down sights. Getting into the roll on my premonition, guys, this is basically a God roll. I'm rocking small bore for the barrel, ricochet rounds in the second slot for some more range finder, and lastly, kill clip for that increase in lethality. That also makes this weapon just a little bit more forgiving. And to put a nice bow on this weapon, I got a ranged masterwork as well. So you could say I'm very, very happy with this roll. And overall, there isn't much I would change. If I had the option, I would change the barrel to full bore just to squeeze out a little bit more range, and maybe, and it's a big maybe, swap rangefinder for outlaw. But I don't know, I really love how pulse rifles feel with rangefinder. Now, another interesting perk that's on this weapon, or is possible on this weapon, that I feel is underrated is Demolitionist, which recharges your grenade energy on kills. Now, this perk is desirable for those of you looking to do a more grenade-centric build and really create some nice synergy. But let me know in the comments what's the best roll you guys have gotten on your premonition and how you're enjoying the pulse rifle overall. So, we've got this beautiful pulse rifle with an amazing roll. How does it perform in the Crucible? Well, it performs as well as you would expect from a high impact frame pulse rifle. It absolutely shreds at close to medium range, but you really want to try to avoid those closer ranges with this weapon. The low zoom on this weapon does help though when you find yourself in a close range scenario, or when you're trying to be more aware of your surroundings. And I've always been a fan of high impact pulse rifles, and the great thing about the Premonition is it's a great option for this archetype in the energy slot, so you don't have to worry about directly competing with the Redrix. So if you got a weapon you love using your kinetic slot but are still trying to use a high impact frame pulse, then you're going to absolutely love Premonition. So if you haven't given the dungeon a try, I would strongly suggest it, since it's very fun, but also there is multiple chests in there that will give you multiple chances to grab this awesome weapon. With that, guys, I'm gonna leave you with the rest of this gameplay. So I hope you enjoy seeing some of the sick kills we get. We go on a nice little streak. We get a nice wee ran as well. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. It's a free way to support me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Only 5 minutes left. Show them the true meaning of war. 3 minutes left. Only 1 minute left. Seconds remaining. The victory well executed. A single victory doesn't win a war, but it's a start. Good work.